Saudi Arabia's ban on Tablighi and Dawa group. The Islamic seminary Darul Ulum Deoband criticized the Saudi Arabian government's move in a statement on December 12. It said the allegations of terrorism are baseless. Saudi Arabia has banned the Tablighi and Dawa group, also known as Al Abhab, calling it danger to society and one of the gates of terrorism. In a tweet on December 6, the country's Ministry of Islamic Affairs said, His Excellency the Minister of Islamic Affairs Dr. Abdul Al Hasif directed the mosque preachers and mosques that held Friday prayer temporarily to allocate the next Friday sermon 5 6 14 43 H to one against Tablighi and Dawa group, which is called Al Awa. The tweet mentioned that the ministry has directed that the sermon covers topics including declaration of the misguidance, deviation and danger of this group, and that is one of the gates of terrorism. Even if they claim otherwise, to mention their prominent mistakes, to mention their danger to society, and in a statement that affiliation with partisan groups including the Tabligh and Dawa group is prohibited in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. However, it is unclear if the government's tweets are directed at Tablighi Jamaat, the Sunni Islamic missionary movement that was launched in Mewat in 1927 by the Islamic scholar and teachers of Maulana Muhammad Iyas, who coined the slogan, "O Muslims, become Muslims." It is also unclear why the Saudi Arabian government has banned the group and if the ban has been initiated because of certain ideas and interpretations of the Tablighi Jamaat. In 2013, Kazakhstan banned the Tablighi Jamaat and designated it as an extremist. Radio Free Europe reported at the time that the court cited the ideas that were propagated by the group but did not make clear which specific ideas were found to be extremist. The movement is also prohibited in countries including Iran, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The Islamic seminary Darul ul Deoband criticized the Saudi Arabian government's move in a statement on December 12. It said the allegations of terrorism are baseless. The allegations of Sark polytheism, bidat, religious innovations, inventions, and terrorism are meaningless and unfounded. It said that has requested the Saudi Arabian government to review its decision on this matter and refrain from taking such an action, such as Tablighi Jamaat. The Tablighi Jamaat movement, the roots of this movement, which is active in more than 150 countries and is the largest Islamic missionary movement today, can be traced back to the Deobandi tradition, which originated from Darul Ulum Madrasa in Deoband. The book Islam on the Move, Tablighi Jamaat in Southeast Asia by Farooq Noor notes. The book also says that Tablighis were mainly lay missionaries who sought to transform Muslim society and bring Muslims back to the path of truth. The movement mainly functions with the aim of reaching out to ordinary Muslims to revive the faith in the religion and guide them on matters of ritual, dress, and personal behavior. Without over particularizing the Tablighi Jamaat, it can be said the movement is somewhat special in the sense that, unlike many other missionary movements the world over, it seeks to convert not those outside the faith community but rather those within, the book says. According to Pew Research Center, while most followers of the Tablighi Jamaat are primarily interested in matters of personal pity and spiritual self-renewal, some of them have been accused of having ties to radical networks. For instance, the Sioux bomber Richard Reed, who in 2001 tried to set off a bomb on commercial aircraft, and John Walker Lynn, the American citizen captured by US forces with Taliban soldiers in Afghanistan in 2001, spent time in Tablighi circles as per Pew. In 2013, article published by the James Stone Foundation say Tablighi Jamaat has traditionally eschewed politics and concentrated its efforts on reinforcing the faith of Muslims. It goes on to say that while many followers of terrorist and extremist groups have reportedly attended meetings run by the group, widespread jihadist preaching and ties to terrorist activities have not been identified yet. Further, while the movement is connected to Deobandi movement of Sunni Islam, it has much in common with the Wahhabi style of Islam that is associated with Saudi Arabia's religious establishment. However, Deobandi doctrine tend to be more flexible than Wahhabism and is more accepting of other Islamic approaches such as Sufism. Pew notes, because of its identity, some Muslim schools of thought may view the Tablighi Jamaat as having a world view different from them and therefore have developed apprehensions and certain notions about the Tablighis. In those cases where the Tablighis has come under the microscope of other Muslims who may be harboring misgivings about them, there is likewise the assumption that there is such a thing as Tablighi Jamaat and it has an identity that sets it apart from other Muslim groups. Noor writes in his book. Thank you.